Swan. Handballs into the pocket. Picked up by Fasolo. Off to Ball. Ball snaps. That's the sealer. The Pies are home.
The stakes so high. Ball throws it on the boots. And like Swan before him, he's kicked a magnificent goal out of that pocket.
G'day everyone, Luke Ball here. I'm lucky enough to play a lot of my footy at what I think is the best stadium in the world, the MCG. So here are my top 10 MCG moments of the last 50 years. Okay, at number 10 I'm going for the 1971 Grand Final between Hawthorn and St Kilda. Peter Hudson needing 4 goals to break the all-time record of goals in a season of 150 of Bob Pratt. He had 3 in the first half and Cowboy Neil decided to put a stop to it and knocked him out, and he only ended up with 3 and only was able to equal the record, and of course Hawthorn came over the top to beat St Kilda by 7 points.
But there's a hand pass to Hudson. Hudson going for a run. He steadies. He kicks. Oh my God, he's missed it. Oh, look at him.
Number 9, the 1966 Grand Final. My old team, St Kilda, looking to break their premiership drought against Collingwood. A seesawing affair the whole way through, and with less than 30 seconds on the clock to go, a young player named Barry Breen grabs the ball out of the ruck and kicks it, bounces it through for a point, handing St Kilda their first ever premiership by a point.
It's taken by Breen. That's a point. That's a point. St Kilda in front. St Kilda in front. 28 and a half gone. There's Murray's kick to the point position on the outer side. There's the siren. St Kilda have got it. They've got it. Look at this. Look at Alan James.
Number 8, round 6, 1993. I was actually there in the crowd as a 9-year-old watching Essendon versus Geelong, 2 of the great spearheads of the modern era going head to head. And that day Gary Ablett kicked 14 goals in what turned out to be a losing side. Paul Salmon kicking 10 as the Bombers just overcame the Cats. An amazing effort by, as I said, 2 of the great full forwards of the modern era.
He does well, does very well, does extremely well. And off the left foot. Oh! Well, this shot will put Geelong in front if he kicks accurately. And 13 goals to Ablett. Geelong lead.
Intercepting is Robert Scott. Quick to get boot to ball. Down to Ablett again, yes! This will equal his 14 against Richmond, which he's done.
Number 7, still a dagger in the heart of the president of the Collingwood Footy Club, and it's the 1979 Grand Final between Carlton and Collingwood. The famous Wayne Harms kicking the ball, chasing it down and knocking it back into the goal square for Ken Sheldon to kick the goal. The president still maintains that he was in row 10 of the MCG members, but it was enough to catapult Carlton to another premiership win over Collingwood.
Harms fires at the goals, but he's off target. It's rolling towards the boundary line, and Harms almost makes ground. He taps it back to Sheldon. That's a goal! Oh, what a goal! If you don't mind, Harms is almost as quick as the kick.
Number 6 is the first ever Anzac Day game at the MCG between Collingwood and Essendon in front of a huge crowd. The game went down to the wire and ended up being a draw. Big Sav Rocker kicked a bag, and my coach Nathan Buckley was best on ground, although he had a chance to put the Pies in front late in the game and probably decided to pass to Sav because he was in such red-hot form, but not to be, and it was an amazing game and a draw.
Nathan Buckley goes short. Rocker's there. Front of the pack, all Essendon. I reckon it's going to be a draw. Grenvold. Time is out. 4 seconds left. The kick by Grenvold. There's the siren. Unbelievable. The season's first draw.
Number 5 was one that I was very lucky to be a part of, and that was the 2010 drawn grand final between Collingwood and St Kilda, and then of course the replay next week, which the Pies were lucky enough to go on and win. The first game was an amazingly close game, full of many individual highlights. I think Lenny Hayes winning the Norm Smith medal was unbelievable, and Brendan Goddard's mark which I had a pretty good view of in the goal square in the last quarter. Another amazing highlight.
Here is Hayes, belting forward. Got up! What a drop! Goddard, the tap. Del Santo. It's going to be a draw. It's unbelievable. But it's happened.
The end of that game, you know, amazing, a weird feeling. No one knew what to do, but of course we had to come back the next week, and the Pies were probably a bit fresher and were able to go on and win pretty easily.
What a peculiar position and a beautiful position Luke Ball has found himself in, having played for the Saints last year against Geelong. So Collingwood win by their greatest ever margin in a grand final. It doesn't get better than that.
Number 4 was probably the most famous drawn grand final. That was the 1977 one between the Kangaroos and Collingwood, with Ross Twiggy Dunn's goal in the last quarter, it levelling the scores.
And he's put it through and scores at that
And they came back the next week, and Phil Manasseh's amazing goal wasn't enough to get Collingwood over the line, and the Kangaroos went away to win.
Almost towards the half-forward line. He is now. He's run 50 metres. Goes to the handball. No, feigns the handball. He won't give in Manasseh. He's going to shoot for goal. And he's put it through. He's put it through. By golly. What an individual effort. That's going to be the goal of the century.
Number 3 is the 1970 grand final, again between Carlton and Collingwood. Most famous for Alex Jesaulenko's amazing mark and the commentary that went alongside it.
Okay, to the wing position on the member stand side. Oh, Jesaulenko, you beauty!
But also famous for Collingwood being up by 44 points at half-time, only to see the Blues run over the top of them, thanks largely to 4 goals by little Teddy Hopkins.
Left foot snap, this is going to go through, or close to it, no, a mark, Hopkins again! Hopkins again! Jackson goes after it now. Look at this fella go. Jackson a long hand pass to Hopkins. Hopkins steadies. Hopkins kicks. It's through. He's put it through. And it's 4 goals to Hopkins.
Number 2 was another one that I was very privileged to be at, and that was the 1995 State of Origin game between Victoria and South Australia, and it was, of course, E.J. Witten's last game. The lap of honour he did with his son before the game around the ground, not a dry eye in the house, and I still watch that back now and get very emotional about it. So a great moment for Australian rules footy and for State of Origin footy at the time. The number 1 moment of an amazing list is the 1989 grand final between Hawthorn and Geelong. I was there in the stands as a 5-year-old, and I still remember it today. Some amazing moments. Dermott getting knocked over in the first bounce and getting up to kick a goal.
Coming off the wing there, he only had eyes for Burton and goes over and bumps him again, but obviously he's done his ribs.
And he's sweeping hand pass over the top, sends Pritchard away. Down towards full forward. Burton a test here. He's taken the mark. What a courageous mark. A chance to kick Hawthorn's second goal from 25 metres out. He's put it through.
Ablett kicking 9 goals in a losing team and winning the Norm Smith medal.
Ablett over the top. Snapshot by Gary Ablett. This is close. Oh, it is mercurial stuff.
Goes long down towards the pocket. Ablett is there, almost the one-hander. Finds it on the ground. From 25 metres out, he's kicked it. His 8th goal.
Bodies just laying everywhere at the end of the game. The Hawks going on to win back-to-back premierships by 6 points over the Cats.
And they save at the moment.